Welcome to OMAT. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to get into our exercises, but I want to talk about worry really briefly. Wouldn't it be nice if we wouldn't get pissed when somebody casually says, "Don't worry about it"? But doesn't just that just kind of gets to me, or it did, because I really thought that worry was important. Aren't we supposed to think long and hard about what we did or what we're going to do and figure things out? I'm really starting to think that's not the way to go, because I've noticed when I sit there and worry, what I'm doing is I'm self-soothing by trying to find all the outcomes of the future. But because we can't predict the future, all I'm doing is causing anxiety. So what I did was I came up with 4 questions to ask myself when I start to worry. Number 1, is this thought useful or helpful to me in any way? Number 2, is there anything else I could think about right now? Number 3, is there any action I could take right now that's different than this that might be useful? And number 4, is this my worry? Is this my thing to think about? Most of the time, the answer to that moves me away from this thought, at least for a little while. And what I'm finding is, with thinking about this, with not continuing to worry and staying into the cycle, I got a lot of my life back. So consider asking yourself those questions if you like, or consider doing this workout, this OMAT practice, with a little less worry. Let's find out how. First, let's get present. Being present is kind of a hack for being the least worried, because we are present with our bodies, and now we're becoming present with our mind as well. We're not thinking about the future. We're not thinking about the past. There's no worry here. So maybe roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe circle the head, or just look up. The difference in your neck will be felt, I believe, right away. As we get present, we can get into our exercises here. The gratitude. How does gratitude help us get grounded? Well, we are practicing changing our mind. Right now, our mind is thinking about this, that, and the next. We are deciding what our mind is thinking about next. That kind of practice can really help us throughout the day. So decide that you're going to be noticing the gratitude that already exists, and see what happens as we practice right now. Let's wrap for now and drink our water. It's interesting because there's a timer on your screen right now. We're being very rigid about how long exactly we're going to be doing these exercises, but this is building flexibility, because what it's doing is it's interrupting ourselves, and we notice now that we can interrupt and we have choices. A lot of times we're in that space that says, I have to think about this. I have to be here. I don't think that's usually the case. We're opening ourselves. What else can I think about? What can I prompt myself to do? Let's keep going with that attitude. Stopping to worry about something means that you might have to inject another thought in there for now. Instead of going cold turkey with thoughts, which what people think meditation is, and it can be, let's switch the thoughts in practice of having control over what's happening in our mind. So if you want to think about your breath instead of that thought, if you want to think about relaxing instead of that thought, being still, let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find the water. And we're going to move right to our writing because we've either cleared our mind or our mind is fighting us about what to think about. And here we can direct it into the piece of paper, the writing utensil. Let's write anything that was just on our mind while we were trying to meditate, or anything that comes to mind now. Write one word or more. Let's try it. Let's wrap the thought for now, even if we're in the middle of a sentence. If you want, finish the sentence. If you can't finish a sentence, that's fine. If you couldn't even start a sentence or a word, write the word oops down and practice moving on. Let's get into our bodies a little bit more. We're going to do a sun salutation or any of the poses, making up poses, whatever you want to do. Move nice and slow. Stand if you can stand, and inhale the arms up. Nice deep inhale, look up, reach up, and fold forward. We're hinging at the waist. Our back is flat until it can't be flat anymore. Then it rounds and we're hanging over our feet here. And when you're ready, halfway lift with a flat back that's parallel to the ground. Look up. And let's get into the high plank. Plant your palms down where they are. Step your feet back. You're in a high plank, and then lower slowly all the way down to the ground. Once you're there, push your palms and your chest comes up. Your head comes up. Look up. Point your feet. And let's go into the down dog. Hips up into an upside down V with the body. Your feet are as close to your heels, close to the ground as you can. And then walk your feet forward towards your hands. Start rolling up. Meeting your palm above the head, exhaling it down to the center of the chest, maybe holding it there. Maybe you're holding another pose. That's fine. We're all going to have water to catch up. And with our warm bodies, we're going to get into this warmer plank. All the muscles will be used. If you need to put your knees down today, that's fine. If you need to modify any which way, that's okay, but modify your mind. Talk to yourself like you're going to do it. And let's go in 3, 2, 1. We're planking right now. Get up in that plank right this second so that we can do it in the time that's allotted. Nice and flexible. That's 10 seconds in. You allowed for this time in your life, so to be present right now, get into this challenging position. That's 20 seconds. I know it's getting tougher. It's getting way more challenging. What are you like when this challenge comes up? What can you be like for 30 seconds? What would you like to be like when you're up in a plank pose? How strong do you want to feel? And for 20 seconds, can you conjure up that strength? Your mind and body have to be working together. Neither one of those parts can say, we can't do this. For 10 seconds, both mind and body are working as hard as they can, as strong as they can for now, for today, for 3, 2, 1. You're done. Come down off the plank. Maybe stretch your way back. Maybe come down off the plank and hold it there for a moment as you catch your breath. Either way, find your water. And find a way, as we move through this, find a way to find satisfaction. I'm glad I got up in the plank for a moment to feel that I answer myself. Yes, I'm going to do the thing that I promised. So give yourself some credit. Take that credit into the next exercise and use it as fuel. What can you do to make your life just a little bit cleaner, warmer, better, more ready in this minute? That might mean taking care of dirt in just the corner, but pick something. That's the practice for right now. Let's take action. Let's wrap the task for now, finding the water. And how could 1 minute of procrastination really help my life? What it does is it gives me a mindset of not procrastinating. It helps me sharpen the tool that gets me started. And everything is a bite-sized task throughout the day. So that's what we're practicing. Let's take a bite out of connection. We're going to warm up that muscle and look to connect. Whatever results happen, that doesn't matter. We're going to stay in that connection mind for 1 minute. Let's see what we find. Let's wrap for now, finding water. And let's think of all of the results as just information. So maybe you couldn't connect. Maybe you couldn't do one or more of the exercises. Good to know. That's it. Let's move on into our final exercise. Start moving your body even before the countdown because we're going to gain some energy there. Pick an exercise, pick a movement, and go in 3, 2, 1. Move your body in any way. If you need to sit, move your arms if you can move your arms. If you haven't started, move anything. We're in for 10 seconds and it's not too late. For those who have started, great job. Keep that momentum going. Make sure that you're breathing. And that's 20 seconds. Can you keep this pace? Do you want to go a little stronger? What do you feel like today as you move around? It might come up. For 30 seconds, you might realize, oh, I'm a little fatigued today, but I could still do this. I feel a little strong today, and I'm going to keep going for 20 seconds, maybe grunting my way through, maybe taking the pain out of my face, maybe somehow moving a little more for 10 seconds. What do you have left? Let's leave it all here in this exercise. And 3, 2, 1. And you're done. That's what OMAT looks like today. Thank you for taking OMAT.